What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Unknown with Caleb and Anson
Yes, coming at you at 720p.
in
High definition
720p.
high definition 720p.
This is why I'm glad we talked about who was going to say hello because I was very stressed about that. I was like, okay, I'm going to take the lead on this one.
Yeah. Okay, and so I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. My, playback was playing. I didn't hear a word you just said. So can you just, like, go back and just repeat what you just said? Because I was getting so much in my ear. It was, like, so distracting.
I was just saying that I'm glad we talked about before this episode
See, I didn't catch any of this.
that we had talked about who was going to say hello to everyone because
Yes, there we
there
go.
was like a split second of silence. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you take it. You take it.
Oh my goodness. We've already got some people. Dude, this is
Yeah.
awesome. First episode, we've already got people joining the stream
Yeah, look at
and
this.
chatting.
I'm gonna pop it up here. Come on. Oops. I'm so confused. Hold on.
It's been a while since Caleb has
It has.
streamed.
It has
It has
been.
been a while. If you're
There
just
we go.
joining us,
Markham's
let us
Films.
know in the chat kind of where you're watching from. I know that's one thing that Caleb and I kind of both love to see in our chats on our individual channels. And if you are coming over
Absolutely.
from one of our individual channels, thank you for loving us so much to see the first episode of what this will become.
Yeah. Do we know what this is gonna become, Anson?
I think we
What's
have an idea.
Yeah.
I think we have an idea. Do you want to talk about it?
What's the end game with this?
I think the end game is to let me adjust my microphone. The end game is to kind of commemorate with fellow creators, fellow people that try to make content creation or videography, filmmaking, photography, just artists in
Yes.
general.
Yes.
When people that try to make a living off of their craft, and kind of talk about the highs and lows of that craft and
Mhm.
making it with that craft, and some of the struggles that we have. And I know Caleb and I have talked about some of the things that we are diving into, and we're like, let's bring this onto a stream, a podcast,
Yeah.
so that we can, you know, create a community of people that are just honest about the struggle of being a creative and trying
You
to
know,
make money being so.
it is a struggle. I mean, like, we have conversations through a text thread, right? You and I.
Yep,
And those are some great conversations.
they
And,
are.
you probably have some things on the horizon that, it's like, okay, here we go. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It's nerve-wracking. So kind of give a little bit of context to everyone that's joining. This past kind of quarter, I was on the fence of whether I was going to leave kind of the corporate environment. And for those that may have followed the channel or do follow the channel, my other channel, or have seen me on YouTube before, I am a 9 to 5 software trainer. And
Let's go.
the goal potentially, or I was exploring the idea of what would it look like to go freelance full time. Um, and things panned out a little bit differently than I expected. I ended up staying at my job um, and decided to do freelance part time. But I've also had my YouTube channel for 7 years. So like there's
Yeah, let's
always
go.
this like you're in the business of content creation, whether it
Mhm.
is videography, stuff like that. Um, and Caleb, I was curious. I know you and I have talked about it before. Um, so I know that's kind of where I am.
Yeah.
Where are you landing right now with kind of freelance? I know like
Oh, yeah.
you we've talked about your like, financial dynamic with between you and your wife and kind of who does what, but what are you primarily doing kind of like as a freelance or content creator in the industry right now or in the business?
Yeah, so, okay, that's a great question, first of all, because I think we're all still in kind of discovery mode, whatever
For
that
sure.
might what that might look like, but
For sure.
the way it's trending right now, so, I mean, I say on my channel a lot that, I've been doing freelance video since 2012, just on my own,
Hmm.
like, Yeah, I'll work with some agencies, right? I'll work with some agencies. I'll work direct client work, you know, and work maybe with their internal marketing team or whatever, just to create some video content for them. A lot of like storytelling type things. But lately, and I've kind of been liking this quite a bit. I'm just gonna be fully honest, is like in studio, just straight up like video podcasts.
Dude.
So so what I'm
Yes.
doing right now is like what this is turning into. I'm in the studio right now. It's called the Video Lab is my business. And what it's turning into is a content studio. So basically people can come in and batch record video content. So
That's
I would
fantastic.
say it's kind of starting to catch on too, because I would say probably today, let's see. I'm trying to think back. I could probably look at my calendar, but that's bad TV right there. Um, there's
We're
probably
first episode. It's a pilot. We
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
something. I mean, you can look at the
Like it was I should probably count it up because there's probably just today, there was like 3 or 4 bookings.
That's awesome. And those are just all for a video podcast.
Video podcast and some of it is like training videos in here as
Okay.
well. And
Okay.
so what it comes down to is like I set it up so there's like 3 sets that we
Yeah.
can set up in this
Which
room,
is
okay?
fantastic.
So
Yeah.
the first set, you ready for this? Is like just a straight on one camera talking head video.
Okay.
You
Okay.
pay a certain amount per hour. You get 60 minutes. You can batch record as much stuff in there as you want. So when you come into the
Hell yeah.
studio, there's actually a setup fee, right? So there's a setup fee of $150 just to like start rolling. So one-time fee, but what that's going to do is that's going to give you a hard drive that I'm going to direct record to, and then you can take those files with you.
That's
Okay. And then
awesome. Okay.
you get like kind of you'll get like a playbook, and then it's also like a consulting charged to like get your set up, right? Okay. And
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
for any of these packages. So the first one is just a talking head, a lot of training videos. And then the second one is the video podcast. I can have up to 4 people. You know, we use these mics right here. I've got some other
Yeah, the
mics back
Shores,
there.
which you
Yep.
already made me buy one already. You
I
didn't
know.
directly make me buy one, but I saw
Yeah, I
yours
feel
on the
like
podcast today. I was like, I
yeah,
gotta get an SM7B again.
they just look so good on camera. I'm not
They
gonna
look
lie.
so good. I don't
Like
even
yours
need
is a
it, but it
little
looks so
squatty.
good.
Yeah,
What's
like
that?
your mic that you're using right now is a little squatty. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Like
is.
it's
This is
these ones look
this
so
is what
good.
I use for my video podcast that I produce, but it's
Yeah.
also really easy. I don't need like a
Oh
cloud
yeah.
lift. Like I plug it into my
Yep.
boss's laptop and we
Yep.
go.
That's
But
nice.
yes, because I care about aesthetics. I'm like
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get an SM7B again.
Like, honestly, is there a better mic than these right now? I don't know if
No,
there is.
not for podcasts. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
really good like budget stuff, but
Oh,
like
yeah,
all
100%.
in all,
There's
dude,
great stuff.
like it is. Okay, so you got the video podcast up to 4 people,
Yeah, yeah, up to 4
and you said
people.
the 3rd set.
Yeah, so wait, let me just keep going on the
Sorry.
video podcast thing because
Yes.
we can set up, like, a living room, kind of like this, where you can sit, couches and chairs, or
Nice.
we can set up a table, and you can sit around a table. So if you want a little bit more
Ooh,
formal, you can do that as well. Then the
nice.
3rd set that we can set up is a product set. So if somebody has a product that they wanna unbox or maybe
Okay.
talk about, we'll do a top-down camera, right?
Mhm.
Like, you and I are used to doing this on the channels. Top-down
Just
camera, talking head camera, and again and the live podcast, I'm live cutting those too. So it's basically like a
you were
ready to
talking about
go
doing that.
yeah, it's like a ready to go file. So
That's
basically,
amazing.
if they want to, whoever comes in, they can just like take that file and post it if they wanted to do
Now,
that.
is that is that like an add-on to do the live cut?
Nope, that's what you actually get. It's actually an add-on to get the single files, like to get the ISO files,
Okay.
the
Yep.
individual camera.
Yep.
So like what you actually get is the live cut file and you can take that with you, or you can do an add-on of the ISO files. But I do have some like membership packages that I'm working on for people that want to, and these are businesses. These aren't like boutique. these aren't like boutique podcasts. These are like
Right.
businesses that I'm focusing on, right?
Right.
Because boutique podcasts, they don't have the money to really do this
No.
right now, unless
No.
they're like solid on sponsorships.
Yeah.
So these are businesses, they're lawyers, they're content businesses, marketing, interior design. I've got one in here tomorrow. Interior
That's
designer.
awesome.
Yeah, who's doing that. So, oh, Albert. Hey, is this Albert? Let's go.
Let's
Welcome to the stream,
go.
Albert.
Is Albert one of your regulars?
Yeah, he's actually going to be on my podcast next. He's from town here. He's going to be on my podcast next week. So he's a
Nice.
realtor here in town. He's crushing it with video, So I
Nice.
wanted to, like,
Nice.
on my podcast, the one that you watched, about LinkedIn
Yeah.
earlier today, like
Yeah.
that, he'll be on that podcast. So
Dude, that's
Albert, it's good
awesome.
to have you on the stream, man. Thanks for joining.
Now, so this is actually pretty relevant to like where I am currently with my pseudo, like, I don't really know what to call her. She's like
Yeah.
my lead photographer for
Yeah,
it's
right
her
on.
brand.
Yeah, totally.
And I basically came on board to offer video, and we have a couple of campaigns going on, and we're also kind of researching the same kind of like a similar, like, what does it look like to actually own a studio and run
Oh,
a
yeah.
studio? And
Yep.
I had the epiphany. I was like, honestly, Jess, I think it's its own business because, like,
Okay. Yes, that's what I'm finding out. You're so
yes,
right.
because like as a photographer, like you can go, like, we rent a studio, like, so for those that don't know,
Yep.
and I've been talking about it on my Instagram, we're starting a body positivity campaign by the medium of boudoir photography.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this. We were gonna, because you're like, "I think I'm gonna do corporate," and then all of a sudden it's like boudoir, and then I'm like, "You're gonna do corporate boudoir?"
Corporate boudoir.
Like, underwear banking?
That would be a bank. That bank needs to happen. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say. Like,
that
it
would
is what
be
it is.
that'd be like those, coffee shops that are like bikini coffee shops or something.
Yes, or like the
Not that
weather
I've seen
channels that,
those.
like, they're
Not that I've
all in.
seen those.
Not that I've been to one. No, I'm kidding. I really haven't. We would not. We're in the Bible Belt. Like, we would not have that
Yeah.
anywhere near. It would get shut down so
Okay.
fast.
Well, we don't have them either because it was like 8 freaking degrees today.
We have a whole
No
look.
No
I don't
bikini
know how you're
coffee
doing
shops
it.
up here. Well, as you can tell, I've been freezing all day, so I even have my hat on inside because I'm so cold all the time.
Dude, I can't imagine. It's been like 20 degrees here and I'm dying. Like,
Dude, I'd be
I
wearing
only put on
shorts.
pants because I had shorts. Well, no, I had shorts on because I was hot. But I put on pants because I was like, it's freaking cold. So, like, same, but very different. Very
Yeah,
different.
very different. Because what, you're North Carolina, right? You're North
Yeah.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Eastern Central North Carolina. So it's
All right.
it's something. But yeah, no.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we
Studio.
were studio. We've been renting a studio to like produce some of these shoots. And the person that we're renting from, like, it's his studio. We pay a certain amount per hour.
Yep.
And he also has a membership, but it's very, like, low key. It's not as much as like what you're putting into it. I think it's
Yeah.
more geared to like fashion or portrait photography or
I gotcha.
things like that. But we were looking at it and we were like, how do we do this? Like, how do we, like, and in our mind, it's a way to maybe long-term save money if we're using a studio all the time.
Yeah.
But it to a certain extent. You almost have to go into a studio knowing that, like, you're going to have to find a way to have people pay to come to your studio,
Yeah.
that other than just you using the studio, because it's really not ever going to, unless you just pay a ton
Yep.
for a studio and not get like a huge hourly rate. It's really never going to be apples to apples in
Right.
like that financial aspect. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's something we're learning. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I have other production teams come in here and rent out the shell, right? So
Okay.
like half day, full day. You can rent out the shell. Like I include the lights because I don't have anywhere else to put them, so they're going to be out
Sure.
anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna
So
yeah.
so I just include the lights. But if you need like cameras or mics, those are all like extra charges, but yeah, somebody just booked today actually for the end of January for a half day. So they just come in here, this other agency in town, they just come in and shoot their content in here, and that's like they have their own
That's
cameras, own
crazy.
production team. They just come in and do it. So
Now,
I
full
love that
circle,
piece.
do you have people that have, like, social media, like YouTube or Instagram that come in and just do, like, talking head stuff?
Yeah, that's where I wanna get to. Like, I want them to
Okay.
come in here and just batch shoot it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take it. Yes, there are some people that are, um, like, in the beginning stages of YouTube that are
Yeah.
coming in to shoot their content here. Yeah. So it's another thing too, is like where that provides then an opportunity for me to provide some coaching as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, okay, so here's a business, somebody that's trying to start a YouTube channel and, use that to kind of generate some leads, right? Maybe get a like a freebie out there to collect emails, that type of thing. And
Yeah.
so that just is like some coaching opportunity then too. And so what can happen is like let's put together like a little YouTube cohort. Um, because around here, a lot I get a lot of YouTube questions because
Really?
word's gotten out that I have a
Word's
YouTube
gotten out,
channel.
Caleb's famous.
No, that's definitely not the case, but they have recognized that I have a growing channel, and so,
Sure.
I do get a lot of YouTube questions, which is fantastic. Like, I love talking about that stuff, I could talk about it all day. Honestly, and
But
so, I'm looking at putting together just a little YouTube cohort, right?
yeah.
And just do some coaching, and thankfully, like through, some of the connections that I've made over the past few years of doing YouTube,
Yeah.
like, now I know some, like, YouTube experts that I might be able to bring into the fold and
That's awesome.
just, like, provide expertise, right? But
Yeah.
then also those experts, those YouTube experts that might have like a product or something about YouTube, then they have some more
Sure.
potential customers as well. So
Yeah. And you also
win-win.
win-win for real. I mean, yeah, it is kind of a little bit of like a, uh, best of both worlds because in that scenario, you can even take that and even apply it to your, channel in some ways.
Oh yeah,
Like, cause I've always been impressed of how well your videos do and you just like, you can tell that like you have that knowledge and you also soak up that knowledge too. Like the
I
podcast
do soak it. I like it.
it's yeah, and see, like me, I'm the exact opposite. Like, I just wanna, like, shoot a video. I wanna have,
Yeah,
like, a niche community and, like,
totally.
just, like, hang out, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
I hate looking at the analytics. I do all the time because I'm
Yeah,
like, what's, uh it is a business to an extent,
totally is. I mean,
that
if you're generating revenue, you can consider it a business through it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Just
But
depends
even
on how
in
much you want to put into it.
but yeah, and to that, I mean, but that's also like you kind of have to quantify like especially with like social media and content creation there's a little bit of like quantifying what uh you know uh a revenue or like what are you gaining from your social media presence,
Yeah, totally.
because like it all depends on what your end game is, you
Yeah,
know.
right.
We just in May, we got flew out we got flew. We
we
were
got
we were brought out to Japan
we got
for
flued.
we flewed. We're, went out to Japan for Lumix, and, like, if you use
Incredible.
your YouTube channel to, like, get travel money or to travel
Yeah.
the world, uh, that's something that I've had to wrestle with is,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
while I don't make all the money in the world on my YouTube channel, like, what else is it affording me to do, you know? And
Well, it
so
provides so many other opportunities. You know what I
yes.
mean? I mean, just
Yes.
even like I said, just like the connections that you can
Yes.
make with people around the world. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's incredible. Um, the only thing that drives me crazy is Instagram. Like,
In what way?
I can't figure that thing out, man. Like, Instagram is, try
It's all about
posting
the
things
man, I'll
that
tell you, it's funny. I stopped paying attention to Instagram so much, and I started getting followers. Like, I would post when I wanted to,
Yeah,
but I made sure it was curated and, like and it was actually I don't know, like, I will oftentimes like post reels, and those were like all of my like reels that I just don't because I curate a lot of my YouTube stuff. Like
yeah,
it's very curated, and I don't want to put something out there that I don't want representing the brand. But like Instagram is Wild West to me. Like I just put out
totally.
like this Instagram story where I was like, "Hey, if you're live streaming with a manual lens and non-autofocus, do this because and it was stupid. Like I just put it up there, and I didn't think about it because I was like, this is a tip. This is cool. And that's what I do with my Instagram. So it's between that and actually like I cannot verify this, but I do feel like when I started posting high quality photos again,
It helped.
it helped. Like it
Yeah,
grew. And so I'm almost wondering if like Instagram is doing a little bit more of yes, they're doing reels. Everybody's doing video at this point. But I
totally.
do feel like there is a little bit of that, somebody goes to your feed and sees what's there and things like that. Now, obviously video is going to pick up because of the TikTok ban, but you know,
This guy right here is crushing on Instagram. Albert, he just launched a book too about uh, real estate, and
nice.
more not more than a transaction. Oh man, Albert, I'm sorry if you're still watching. I just totally butchered the name of your book, but we're excited for that book launch. I think his party's coming up here soon. But again, he will be on the live stream on my other channel. This is Anson. This is now my third channel. You
You
ready
have
for
Video
this?
Lab, you have your main
Yeah.
channel, and
My
then this
main
channel.
channel, Video Lab, and then this channel now. So
See, I've
let's
held off on a
let's go.
second channel. And
Yeah.
so, I mean,
Well, I'm
consider
running that other one for my business, so, like, that
I
one,
mean, fair,
I mean, that
fair.
makes sense.
That does make sense. It does make sense. Um, dude, yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, the studio sounds dope. One, dude, you were setting up, and I was like, "There's a legitimate hole in your wall." Like, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
the texture of your studio.
Yeah, there's a lot of great so if I could move the camera around, it's a little too far away, but if I could move it around, I've got, like, a big old slide so this was, like, some kind of dock, I think, for a train, like a dock room, like a storage room or something. I don't know
Mhm,
if it was for, like, meat or what it
mhm.
was for, but it
Yep,
was for something. And there's a big sliding door over here that is now sealed shut and doesn't open. But this wall, like right back here, you can kind of see it behind the tree a little bit, is like stone, you
yep.
know, and it's amazing looking. And then over here is there's like some covering on the stone, and so some of it falls off and creates these little spots right here, right? It's super grunge, man. It's super grunge.
I
And then
know, I
over
watch your
here on
videos every
this
week, and
side,
I'm like, "Geez."
yeah, on this side, right over here, it's, brick. So there's actual, like,
Is it
brick
painted
right
brick?
here. It's white. Yeah, so,
Oh,
so everything's white in here. So I
son of a
went,
gun.
like, with a lot of, like, black furniture and black shelves and things and that white and black thing. So,
Oh,
yeah, it's like, um yeah, it's good. Oh, here, Albert just, brought on about Instagram here. Not just another transaction. That's the name of the book. That's right. Thanks, Albert. He's promoting his book hardcore in here. Instagram is the Wild West. That's right. A little bit like almost 5K, 10 followers while being consistent. Back out of the quantity, go to quality photo and reel every other. Interesting. Every other post.
and so he mentioned go to that next comment
Yep. Bringing it
because
up.
he was yeah, it's weird that is like and like that's the like I have no basis for this statement, but like
Yeah.
it made sense that when I started actually curating what I was posting
Oh, yeah.
and posted quality over quantity, that I actually started gaining traction. Like it
Interesting.
took me forever to get we were actually in Japan when I hit my 1,000 followers. Like it's not
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
have a ton of
sweet.
followers. It was
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
yeah,
that.
because it was
That was a fun time.
I can't remember who followed me last, but they were like, "Oh, we're your 1,000." I'm like, "Yeah." So
Let's celebrate by going to 7-Eleven.
get some 7-Eleven, some Highball, and some fried chicken. Oh my god, I love that.
Smoothie. Smoothie. Oh, man.
Ooh, the
Good times.
smoothies. Oh,
Oh,
so good, so good.
we're just gonna
Yeah,
sit
dude,
here and go like this the rest of the show. Oh, so good.
so good, so good. Dude, so curious,
Yeah.
the studio, is that generating more revenue for you than your freelancing is right now?
Okay, so surprisingly, it's picking up to where it's pretty much it'll probably take over.
Really?
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
would you are now this might be a dumb question. This is the advantage of having somebody that, leans financially on like a corporate job
Yeah.
and, does art for a part-time gig, but would that mean that you spend the majority of your effort on the studio rather than freelance? Like, would you scale back on freelance to support more studio stuff?
I don't wanna, like, put any absolutes out there, but,
Sure. Or
honestly,
more
the
of like,
like
what is that strategy to you? Like, would you
yeah, I mean,
like,
the right now so I set a Q1 goal, right? Quarter 1 goal,
sure.
financial goal,
Sounds so official. Dude, I
where I
wish
want
I
the
had Q1 goals.
yeah, I just said that to make it sound more than it really is, but the, financial goals where I want the studio okay, here's the thing about the studio, let me just say this. So I moved
Okay.
in June, right? June of this
Sure.
last year, 2024. I moved in June, but the summer was kind of like, "Okay, let's get our bearings, right? Let's,
Right.
see how everything kinda plays in here. Let's get when do they pick up the trash?" You know? We don't wanna shoot when they're picking up the trash because it's right
Right.
outside this window.
Right.
So this room is not like this is not a traditional video studio. Like there's no soundproofing. I have some sound panels up on the ceiling that were here before I got here, but um so the summer we were traveling quite a bit over the summer. I actually like while we were in Japan in May, like all of this like
I remember.
scramble to get it into this space was actually happening while we were in Japan in May.
Did
And so
you go in
I
you went
was
into the studio before we went, like, right before we went, right?
no, I was in the process of signing all the papers as we
Oh,
were going.
jeez.
So it's
That's
like
not
we
stressful.
no, we were kind of scrambling to get all the papers signed and everything. And we got them all signed. And then I was in Japan for 2 weeks, like 2 full weeks in
Mhm.
Japan.
I remember
And
that. Yeah, you stayed longer.
then it was like, okay, now let's get ready to move into the studio. Like right after I got back from Japan, it was like, let's move into the studio because we were moving in June 1st. Was this?
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, well, we need some furniture. And this is kind of a funny story. We actually, um, we were in IKEA in Kansas City, okay, and kind of
Okay.
picking some stuff up in Kansas City. And then
How far is Kansas City from you?
it's about 4 hours. My
Okay.
wife's
Okay.
family is down near Omaha, Nebraska, and so
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
we were down there. And then it was basically like halfway. Went down to Kansas City to IKEA, and then, well, this couch right here, I wanted this couch. I saw it in the store. I was like, "That's a perfect podcast couch, and it'll fit in that room." Good. It was like love at first sight, right? Um,
Random question.
yeah.
Is that the ones that have, like, the arms are the same level as the back?
Yes.
I can't see the whole shot. Dude, I have
Yeah.
that same exact couch.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's so good. But,
Real quick, hang on.
yeah, yeah.
Albert said
Oh
goodbye. Albert, good
oh,
luck with your
Albert, see ya.
two-year-old.
Yeah, see ya, Albert. We've been there.
We have been there. We have been there.
Yes. Oh,
Alright, so you're
look at
picking
this.
out IKEA furniture.
Mark
Oh,
Emer's
yes.
building IKEA right now. Let's go. Good luck with
Let's go.
that. Good luck. Oh man.
I
Okay,
love
so yeah,
IKEA.
we were but guess what? It was not in stock in Kansas City.
Okay.
So we were in Kansas City, it was not in stock. You know what we did? We looked at other IKEA stores. You know what we did? We drove all the way up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. That
Okay.
is that is the most boringest drive that I have ever been on, and I've been on some boring drives. Nothing is as boring as that drive from Kansas City to Minneapolis. We did that in one day. We did 2 IKEAs in one day. 2
That's
IKEAs in one
insane.
day.
Did you
It's
at least
gotta
get
be
the hot
s
dogs or hot dogs? Is it hot dogs? Meatballs.
meatballs. Come on, man.
Meatballs.
Hot
Dude,
dogs
okay,
at
Costco,
IKEA?
hot dog. Yeah,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
I
Let's
know.
just end the stream right now.
We're done. Bye.
IKEA hot dogs. No. So we drove up there, then we spent the night, came back, set everything up in the studio. So the summer was kind of like a wash, right? Like I
Right.
was kind of like, let's get everything set up. I want to kind of get my bearings, see what we can do in here. I had a few of my own own projects that I did in here
Sure.
that I would normally like take on site. I
Mhm.
shot those interviews in here instead, which was fantastic. So
Killer. Yeah.
I kind of consider September 1st or the beginning of September kind of like the beginning of the studio, you
Okay.
know? And
Yeah.
so to the point from there to where I am now with the studio, um, I don't know, it's some exciting times. I think the thing is like I think people are there's people that just want to get video content out, you know?
Yes.
But I think a
Yes.
lot of times we're just spending time like, "Oh, we need to have a storyboard.
Yep.
We need to put the shot list together. We need to do all this stuff," where a majority of the time, people just need to come in and just, like, shoot some talking heads, get some, like, educational material out, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And that's kind of the pain point. That's the need that I'm feeling.
I mean, and that's very true. I can't tell you like this is kind of where my two worlds kind of met was the fact that my corporate job, my 9 to 5, a couple of years ago at this point, probably like a year and a half ago, discovered my YouTube or I think I posted that like my YouTube channel. We have, Slack and we all have like camaraderie stories in that one of the channels. And I was like, "Oh, my YouTube channel hit 10,000 subscribers," and people were checking it out and they're
Yes.
like, This like you know what you're doing." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, maybe."
Yeah.
And so my CEO was like, "Hey, can you help us with some stuff?" And I was like, I was resistant at first, and I eventually
Yep.
got on board with it. And I did a couple of things, but I'd say like a year and a half, maybe like a year and a little bit ago, we started our own podcast.
Yeah, sweet.
And so the FinTech Combine is the podcast that I help him produce, and it's not like most polished podcast, like compared to your
Mhm.
studio, like our little like shared office space studio is you know it does the work, it does the
Oh,
job.
yeah. I mean, you don't need a whole
Um,
lot for
no,
it.
no, you need a light, you need a mic, and you need a
Yeah,
camera. Like,
totally.
and sometimes you
If
don't
you
even need a camera.
and if you have a live guest, you need another mic.
Exactly. And we do all of ours are over Riverside, so all of them are
Yep.
remote.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean, so like it's kind of like a B side to my job of
Yeah,
producing this
sweet.
podcast, which I could not ask for a better like way to cut my teeth in
Mhm.
production in some financial environment. If that makes sense. Like,
Totally.
I have job security in the sense that like I have my normal job, but then I can produce some other stuff. And we went to a convention in August in Chicago.
Mm.
And while
Oh,
we
yeah, I
were
remember
there,
this.
we filmed testimonials and I've been cutting those up. And so all this to say, like, like people are craving video
Yeah.
content.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like, it's
Preach, brother.
insane. It's
Yeah.
insane. Even my, business partner, like she tries to do a lot of her own video.
Yeah.
And I will, if anything, I just consult on, like how to get the best results
Mhm.
of what she's trying to do. but often, like, the testimonials we filmed was just, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab my camera and some lights and a microphone, and we're gonna film this, and
Yep.
obviously, I'm a business partner, so I'm not gonna charge you for it, but this is a scenario where, you can make a decent amount of money,
Yeah.
even if you're
Totally.
just starting out. Like,
Take
if
that
you
show on the
know
road.
more than the next person,
Yeah.
you can make money.
Well, I mean, you have all the gear, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
set it up and
if you know your way around lighting, I
yeah.
honestly, that's I think the biggest thing. If you know,
Yep.
well, audio, honestly, audio and lighting. If you know your way around
Yeah.
lighting and audio, the camera can be whatever you want it to be, and you'll make it
Right.
look decent. You
Yeah,
know,
totally.
and like my company asked me like, "Oh, what camera should we get?" And I was like, "Oh, Lumix," and they didn't go for that. I think it was like a Sony ZV1. It was the
Oh,
crop
little
sensor or
guy.
what have you. Oh yeah, little guy.
Yep.
Um, and like if we really wanted to, we probably could get decent content out of it. Like I shoot the
Oh,
podcast
100%.
on the S5 IIX.
Yep.
But if it were not like he's gonna go, my CEO is gonna go to Hawaii for a convention. And he's gonna probably film something on location there.
Mm.
And he's not a video guy, so it won't look like as polished as if he were to get me out in Hawaii. But
Yeah, you're not making that trip.
no, I'm not making that trip.
Shoot.
But it again, if you know your relatively way around lighting and audio, like the camera is just like whatever you want it to be. So you can absolutely make money
Yeah.
starting out there.
I'm doing a lot of flat lighting in here too, like, it's not super dynamic for some of the, podcasts. It's
Yep.
pretty it's pretty, like, studio-ish, you know?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but you know what?
It's
It's
what
fine, it's
works.
working great.
It's what
Yeah,
works.
it's working
And
great.
honestly,
People are loving
sometimes
it.
on our podcast, I feel like I'm going too, like moody or dynamic. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I just
Well, I mean
I need to move the key light. It needs to be
yeah.
just like this, basically.
Yeah, and if it I mean, it kind of depends on, like, obviously what the podcast is, the mood that
Right.
you're trying to set, all
Right.
that type of stuff, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, go for it,
It's
you know what I mean? Corporate boudoir.
corporate boudoir.
Corporate boudoir podcast.
I love this. I love this. Yeah, it's something, man. It's something. Also, side
Uh,
note, are you
yeah.
still like it's 7 o'clock well, now it's like 7:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7:30.
You're still at the studio. I thought you were gonna go home with the
Well,
microphone.
no, I went home and I came back. Went home, came
Fair
back.
enough.
I was
Fair
like,
enough.
tonight I'm just gonna be in the studio. I'm doing it.
That's fair.
Doing this live stream. Because here's the thing, I need to take more than just my mic to the house. I would need to take a camera because everything's over here now. Like, I keep
Oh yeah.
everything here. Other than,
You don't
like,
keep anything like at a home studio right now?
I'll carry the S9 with me, the Lumix
Okay.
S9. I carry that
Yep.
with me,
Yep.
but that's it. And, um, yeah. So I have everything here. So it's easier for me to come here than for me to take everything there. You know what I mean?
See, I struggled with that. And this kind of well, I mean, one, it is that the studio is your business at the like that is it makes sense for how you have all your gear there. I
Mhm.
tried to have like my kind of studio for just the channel at an office, and it
Yeah,
drove me nuts. I was
right.
like, I just want to go into my walk-in closet that I've converted into an
Yeah.
office studio
Just make something.
and sit down and record a video.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how I've ended up back here.
Well, I know I've got some stuff I have to unbox and stuff, but, like, my oldest son wants to be around when I unbox this thing, which I can't
That's
give away
awesome.
what it is right now, but,
Oh, what?
um, the so when I unbox it, like, he wants to be around. So, we just need to it's a matter of, like, after school, then in the evenings, we need to come down, which I'm not good at because usually once I leave the studio,
You
I
want to
kind
be
of
you want
wanna
to be
I
home.
just wanna be home. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a sweatpants type of dude. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
same. Same.
I wanna put on a hoodie and I wanna put on sweatpants,
Yep.
and after I'm done working, I just kinda wanna eat and lay on the couch. You know what I mean? Okay, I will say we have been going to the gym. All right, we
Okay.
have been going to the gym,
Okay.
but normally I just want to,
But you
sit
can
in
do that in
sweatpants.
sweatpants too. So
Well, I know, but it's not necessarily like just sitting on the couch. You know what I mean?
sure.
Like
Yes.
vegging out a little bit.
Yes.
So I try to right now I'm trying to kind of separate things like
Sure.
studio, home, that type of thing.
Hmm.
But there's obviously a little bit of carryover. I go to bed we're gonna get super transparent here, Anson. You ready for
Go for
this?
it. I'm
Like
I'm here for it.
I go to bed early too, but I
Do
wake up
you?
early. Yeah, I'm a morning person.
Okay. See,
Now,
I'm the opposite.
yeah, see, in Japan, you wouldn't have known that because
Oh, for sure.
I stayed out way too late in Japan.
All
But
the smoothies
the
in 7-Eleven.
yeah, the smoothies and the uh, but in reality, I'm a morning person.
Fair.
Early,
Okay.
yeah.
So when we go to NAB, you're going to be up in the morning, and I'm going to
Which
be
yeah,
like,
which we are gonna be at NAB this year, so make sure you come say hi if you're watching.
"Did you register?
Oh, shoot.
Registration open today."
Oh, no, I need to go do that. Thanks for
Yeah.
reminding me. See, I
Yeah.
knew there was a reason we're doing this live stream.
Exactly. Exactly. No, you also have to. There's apparently codes that you have to put in
Codes?
so that you don't pay for your registration.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know. Where do you get those codes?
I'll text you. I'll text
Okay.
you.
Alright. Thanks.
But that being said, yes, for anyone that is listening that does follow our main channels, we will both be at NAB. I haven't
Yeah.
booked my flight. I've borderline booked my like stay where I'm actually sleeping.
Yep.
But yes, the plan is to hang out. I'm not working a booth this year. I'm
Oh,
gonna
nice.
go
You're
hang
just
out.
hanging?
I'm just hanging, dude.
Let's go.
I'm just hanging.
My
I'm
wife's going
like,
too.
dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. We need to
Yeah.
go. We need to find something to do. We need to like do something. Not.
Yeah.
Have you been to the NA? Did you go to the NAB parties last time you
Um,
went?
yeah, last time I went to the In-N-Out party, and I went
Oh,
to
sweet.
Condor Blue. I was
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
But we'll see if I get any invites to any this year. We'll see.
I think we went to the In and Out, and we were gonna go to the B&H. I think I left before the B&H party, and
Oh,
so I
okay.
couldn't go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
B&H
something.
party would be fun.
It would be fun. But it
Yeah.
also was just fun to like go to the bar at the casino and just sit and like
Yeah,
just have a good time.
right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. There'll be a
Same,
lot of good people there too. So,
same. I
how's your
think there were a lot
family?
of people that. What's that?
How's your family?
Family's good. They're currently, hopefully, going to bed. Hopefully.
Yeah. Fingers
I will say though, streaming at 8 o'clock at night, we are missing what we could refer to as piggy time.
Yeah.
We have guinea pigs,
Okay.
and it is their time to just like go crazy and eat veggies, and
Yeah.
I get to cuddle with them. Dude, these are 100% my guinea pigs at this point.
Are
Like,
they?
don't tell my kid this. Like,
Yeah.
it, I sit and I cuddle with them. I'm like, what do you guys like? What don't you like? Guinea pigs
Wow.
shockingly have a lot of feels. Like
Interesting.
you can make them very angry and very stressed out very easily. Like
Okay. Can you give an
it's
example?
something.
Because now I'm intrigued.
Okay. Okay. So you
And then
know,
we need to get into some logistics on this stream.
so for example, I think at this point they like being held because I feed
Okay.
them snacks, but they
Oh, yeah.
absolutely hate the process of being picked up. Like they will run
Hmm.
so fast, and like I break a sweat trying to pick them up every time.
Like
Um,
like they're running around the house or what?
no, just their cage.
Okay.
So they're just temperamental animals. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy,
Okay.
and yeah, and they live for like 7 years. So we'll see.
I remember growing up, we had hamsters and they always
Dude,
died within the
yeah,
week.
mine too. Mine too.
Within the week.
knowing what I know about rodents now, it's
Yeah.
probably because like we just didn't take care of them as much as we should, or like the way
Like,
that
what are
we
you
should
supposed to
have.
do? Just
I don't
like
know. I don't know
put little wood chips
hamsters.
at the bottom of their cage?
Dude, I always
Like
had hamsters that bit me. So I always picked up my hamsters with freaking winter gloves. Like it was not a fun experience.
That's why they died so fast.
They were like, we gotta get out of here. This guy
Yeah,
does not respect our boundaries.
not
So
worth living.
no, no.
Hmm,
So
okay.
logistics. You said logistics. Well,
Oh,
actually,
yeah, I
no.
was
No, no,
just
no, no.
yeah, yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
okay, alright.
How was your family? What are you guys up
Oh,
to?
yeah,
You
my
guys just
family's
took
good.
a vacation, right?
Yeah, we were in Spain for a little bit. Well, we went to, Barcelona
Nice.
and Madrid. So the cool thing about that is my boys, I've got 2 boys, they speak Spanish, and so it's kind of like a good,
Sweet.
um, trip for them to kinda use their
Yeah.
Spanish, which that was my favorite part by far. That was my favorite part, them using their Spanish and, like, translating for me
Okay.
because I don't speak Spanish. My wife, she minored in Spanish in college, but
Okay.
she's not, like, fluent like my boys are.
Sure.
And
So they
so
were like owning the Spanish then.
oh, yeah, I mean, they went to a Spanish immersion school, so their whole elementary
Oh,
school
damn. Okay. Yeah.
was in Spanish.
Okay.
And then as you get into, like, middle school, my oldest is now a sophomore in high school. So, like,
Okay.
um, as you kind of progress through middle school and high school, you have less and less actual Spanish classes. But
Sure.
right basically, my oldest son well, both my sons, once they're done with high school, they're like 1 class away from having a minor in Spanish for college.
That's insane, dude.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
insane. That's
So just
crazy.
a few more classes, they could have, like, a double major in whatever else and Spanish, you know what I mean?
That's insane.
Yeah,
Because
it's
'Cause they've had
crazy.
so much schooling around it. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, because then they test out of all the classes and everything, right? So, they test out of all
That's
the
crazy.
classes and they get, then college credit for some of it. So, yeah, I mean, they could walk out of high school with a minor
That's
in
pretty dope.
Spanish, basically. Yeah, so that was
That's pretty
fun.
dope.
It was my wife's number 2 bucket list item to see La Sagrada Familia, which is
That
that big
immediately makes me think of what is number 1.
do you wanna know what number 1 is?
I wanna know what number 1 is. I think the
Should
world
should
wants to know
I
what number 1 is.
should the world wants to know what
I
number
don't
1
know if the
is.
world's paying
My w
attention right now, but they wanna know what
I
number
would
1 is.
based on the views, not a whole lot of the world is wanting to know, but I do appreciate those who have stuck with us,
I know. I
if
appreciate
there's
you t
anybody else with us.
I I can't see the numbers. The numbers are blocked for me.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay.
I have half the screen, like,
Oh,
off,
yeah.
so I can
Oh,
have,
yeah.
like,
I
periffs.
gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
So number 1 on my wife's bucket list that she wants to experience is the pyramids.
No shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. We didn't discuss if we
Hey,
can
this is
cuss on this podcast.
this is a family show. Come on.
Sorry. We'll bleep that out later.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Do
hopefully
you think
someday we'll
that
get
is a
there.
feasible, like, you think that's a go-to? Like, you think that would actually that's gonna happen one day?
Oh, yeah. It'll happen one day,
Sweet. Dude, I
eventually.
love traveling. That was,
Yeah, I
like,
do
when
too.
I realized I was not making, freelance, like, my number 1 moneymaker right now. I
Yep.
was, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, like, have whatever I do freelance this year just pay for traveling because like,
Yeah. Right on.
traveling with your family is just fantastic." And I
Oh, yeah.
mean, I did all the traveling last year, and I didn't do it with them, and that's the only part that about it that was not as fun.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, dude. Now, with Portugal, is it I know when we went to Croatia, there's a lot of English speaking there. Is it the same in Portugal?
I don't know. We didn't go to Portugal.
Where'd you
I went
go?
no. Spain.
Spain. Okay, clearly,
I mean, maybe
clearly.
there might be a lot of English in Portugal. I wouldn't
Why
know
am I thinking of
personally.
Portugal? Where did
I don't
Portugal
know.
come from? I
I
don't
don't
even
know.
know.
That was weird.
That
I
was
would like to
weird.
go. I would like to go to Portugal
What made me
sometime.
think of Portugal? Anyways,
I don't know. Maybe
Spain.
discovering America or something. I don't know. Can we say that? Can we say that on this stream? It's
I've already
probably
crossed.
already.
It's
It's
fine.
probably already discovered. Just saying. Um. Yeah, Spain. Yeah, English. Yes. Okay, so the very
Okay.
first thing that we did when we got there, we actually went to right across the street from our Airbnb was a ramen restaurant, and it was excellent ramen. So we actually got ramen as our very first meal
Only you.
in
Only you would
Spain.
go to Spain/Portugal and get ramen.
Dude, it was good too. We actually ate at that ramen place twice.
I don't I as many as times as we try to get ramen in Japan, I don't disbelieve you at all.
Oh man. Mm,
Uh,
so
yeah.
good. I did find out that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of, like, that area's native food, you know what I mean? It
Okay.
just wasn't it
Okay.
was a little bit too fishy for me. Like, I live in the upper
Interesting.
Midwest, and I don't eat a whole like, we get shrimp from the frozen section at Costco, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Like,
I mean, I'm from
so
the East Coast and I don't like
yeah,
seafood.
it was just a little too fishy. I mean, like, it was beautiful food, fantastic looking. I
Sure.
just did not acquire a taste for it.
Is this why we had so much fried chicken in Japan? Because in
Oh, man,
theory, it
that
should have been the same thing in Japan.
yeah, in theory. That
And
7-Eleven fried chicken, though, that was
so
next
good.
level. I'm not
So
gonna
good.
lie. Next level.
So good.
Yeah, so there was quite a bit of English, and we did some
Okay.
tours. We went into, like, Southern France, things like that,
Nice.
and,
Nice.
yeah, it was a great trip.
I saw
But
in your video, I saw the cathedral that you guys went to. That was the number 2 on the bucket list for
yes.
I
El
know I
Sagrada
cut off that
Familia?
story.
Yeah.
But that seemed like a really cool spot. What? Is there a hair whatever.
There's definitely not a hair up there.
I know there's definitely not a hair up there.
Oh, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful spot, beautiful spot. Highly recommend. Barcelona. Highly
Portugal
recommend.
slash Spain.
Yeah, I went Portugal/Spain. I would love to do, like, a content trip, you know? Like,
Dude,
a few of us together, do a content trip.
that
What do
would
you
be
think about that?
awesome. I would
Get an
love that.
Airbnb get an
Yes.
Airbnb and do
Have
that?
it be a tax write-off? Hell yeah.
Let's
You
do it.
know, we're a business. That's what it's gonna happen.
We're a business. Oh, man. Okay, so on this stream, Anson, we're gonna have some people on here
Okay.
probably join us every once in a while.
I like it. I
Now,
like this idea.
I will say, like, um, I'm not totally sure if the time is always gonna be consistent. You know what I mean? It
Fair
might
points.
the time might fluctuate. We're not gonna be like, "Every night at 8 PM Eastern, we're getting on for the stream.
No.
Every Tuesday." So we're not gonna say that.
No.
So times may vary. So
Times may
make
vary.
sure if you're watching, all 3 of you, if you're watching, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.
All 3 of you, please subscribe. Seriously, like, I think
This is
okay,
great.
but we have to pause this for a second because so this arm has been sitting in my garage. This podcast mic arm has been
Yeah.
sitting in my garage, and I think I got a spider web on my
Oh,
eye.
yeah.
That's what is bugging
Could
me.
be.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
have
do seem very distracted. Like, basically talking to myself.
So no, I think yes. So times are infrequent, but consistent. We do want to make sure that
Yeah.
we are giving you guys something of value to come back to. You know,
Yep.
both of us do have other channels, and so we know that consistency is a huge part of one feeling like a community, but also growing as a channel. And so there will be some consistency. It's like a consistency of inconsistency because while there may be consistency, the specifics around that may
Yeah.
vary.
Totally.
So
Totally. But yeah,
what
yeah, go ahead.
so we were talking about this at the beginning of the stream, and maybe this is kind of coming full circle. So if there is, and we haven't really talked about this in this way, so putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
if there is kind of one goal, one long-term goal in your mind for the podcast, for the stream, for the show, what would you say is your number one goal for what we are about to embark on?
Okay, so I think my number one goal is just to have some honest conversations around like what it means to kind of be a creative, right?
For sure.
And just I mean, like this isn't a huge deal, but the tagline on the on the header is like, the highs and lows and unknowns of, making money as a creative human, right? So it's like
Yeah.
just that story that a lot of
Yeah.
us, I feel like, face as creatives. And I think one of the things too is there's been a lot of times where I just feel like if you're a creative person, you've been taken advantage of a lot too, of like
For sure.
for your creativity, right?
Yep.
And so like let's have those conversations,
For
like
sure.
what does that look like? Um I mean, there's not a better time to, be in a creative space, I don't think. And so
No, yeah,
but a
absolutely.
but I think a lot of times it's just a matter of like what does this look like where we're at on our journey, and
For sure.
let's talk about it. And I'm excited to have other people on here too and just kind of learn from them of like what has their journey been? Maybe it's somebody that's on YouTube, or maybe it's a local
Yep.
photographer, local photographer, like having your business
Yep.
partner on here will be
Yep.
awesome just to
Yeah.
chat with like how did you get started? Like
Yeah.
what's this journey? What's some highs? What's some wins you have right now, right? So like Anson, what's a win that you've had this week?
A win that I've had this week. Now, are we specific as a creative?
Yeah.
As a creative, a win for me this week is that um, it's small, but like it's something that I think about all the time. And creative means a lot of different things for me right now, but the channel has kind of come out of that weird like wintertime slump. I'm starting
Yeah.
to see things tick back
Nice.
up again. And it's I- I've honestly debated on not posting anything in December, January.
Yeah.
Um, it
Kind
gets
of a lull.
depressing.
Yeah.
It gets depressing
Well, especially if
because
you're watching numbers.
oh, for sure.
You know?
I think every December now I have to delete the YouTube Studio app on my phone
Right.
because it just
Yeah.
gets depressing. And some
December's
people
tough.
take off during that time, but
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
it's weird. But no, that's a win for me.
Let's go.
Is just like seeing that stuff start coming back, and
Yeah.
I know oftentimes it's a lot of crapshoot, but there's a lot of decision making that goes into what you're posting, how you're posting
Mhm.
it, how you're marketing it, and it can be a struggle. So
Yeah, sweet. Hey, Dustin's here. What's up, Dustin?
Dustin, what's
He
up,
was
man?
he was editing stuff, so he couldn't be here at the beginning of the stream because he was editing stuff.
Bro,
We have a
I got
mic,
my video
Dustin, you
done
don't.
this morning because I knew I was going to be here for the stream.
Oh, geez. You
Also,
actually you actually got a video done?
Uh,
That's good.
yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, it's kind of like a best of 2024
Oh, that'll be fun.
samples.
Yeah.
Well, it's my 5 reasons why I'd recommend my camera for travel. I won't say what camera because it's divisive, and I don't want to make people mad.
Uh-oh. I There's gonna be a lot of
But
upset people.
but it is why the Sigma FP is a great travel camera. Just saying.
Are you looking for another Sigma FP? I know somebody's selling one. You want a
No,
dually?
unfortunately not. I
Alright.
shot myself in the foot by owning 2 FPs. I just don't use it as frequently as I would like, and so it just sat on the shelf.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I
Just
sold one
thought
of
I'd throw
mine
that
for
out
a
there
drone. I appreciate it.
for a drone.
Yeah, I got a drone. I got a Mavic Classic.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was well, dude, this is the whole, like, I thought I was gonna go full-time freelance, and I was like,
Oh, yeah,
"I
that
need a
makes sense.
drone to, like,
Yeah.
do all the things," but then I was like, "I really don't wanna FA why did I get a Mavic Classic? It's so big."
Yep.
I'll
And
bring it
let
to
yeah.
Vegas, though.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
see. We'll see.
Hey, Dustin, are you going to Vegas? Yeah, he's going to Vegas.
Oh, he's going to
Dustin's
Vegas.
going. Yeah,
He's going to Vegas. He
that's
lives, like,
right.
right around the corner. He's
No,
got to
I
come
know.
to
I
Vegas.
remember I was texting with him, and I remember he is going to Vegas. So I can't
Okay,
wait to hang
so
out with
what's your win?
my win. Oh yeah, my win is just like the studio booking. I mean, that's
Hell yeah.
like you're getting
Yes.
you're getting 3 or 4 in a day. It's like let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pumped about
Yeah.
that. So that's fun.
I'm pumped for you.
Thanks,
Because
man.
like, I with us, with us launching different campaigns, and some of them are taking off, some of them aren't, and it's just quiet. I understand the
Yeah.
opposite end of that, where it's like,
Right.
if I were leaning on this full time, how stressful that would be right now. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, like, I peel back the veil, like this past quarter when I was trying to like book everything,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
doing Santa photos at some point,
Yeah.
like I would
Right.
go
Let's
do,
go.
Santa photos
Yep.
just to make some money and like, bring up clientele. But now that I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep the corporate job, like, or that panned out the way that I can keep the corporate job. Uh, I'm like, okay, let's do some stuff I want to do. So
Yeah. Sweet.
what, what did Dustin
Dustin
say?
is like, he says, not to toot my own horn, but I just posted a video this morning, edited a video for work, and then just finished another video for my. What, you even edit, bro?
Bro,
You even
why you
edit?
gotta why you gotta come in like that? I mean, I
Jeez.
know you're like freshly
Eh,
20,000 subscribers,
Yeah, let's go, Dustin.
but geez, my dude. I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm kidding.
setting the pace.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't make us look bad.
Yeah, Dustin. Oh, and he, yep, just registered for NAB. Let's go.
Yeah, you got to go register for NAB. You got to go
Yeah,
register.
I should probably do that. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning because you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready for bed. But I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. Register.
So,
You
okay,
gotta
I
text me.
now I'm curious. You said you're early bedtime. So, okay, be real. What time's your
Yeah.
bedtime?
I mean, I would probably say I am just on the verge of sleep by 10 PM.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I
Yeah.
have friends that legit, it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't know how you live this life. I can't. I
Yeah.
can't. No, 10 o'clock is usually when I'm downstairs, like dozing off for sure,
Yeah.
understandably. So,
Dustin's ready to
yeah,
crush it this year. 2025 is his year.
20.
Dustin, I believe
Okay,
you, man. You are
I mean, I
crushing it.
believe you too,
Yeah, you're crushing
but
it.
like,
Hey, Dustin,
you know,
why don't you I'm fine with this, Anson. I don't know about you, but I'm fine. You want to link your course in the chat?
yeah, dude.
Link
Yeah,
your
if you're a
course, man.
Lumix person, link
Lumix.
the course. Link
If you
the
use
course. Link the course.
if you
Link
use
the
Lumix
course.
cameras, there's
Not like I'm doing right now. I'm sorry.
people will go watch this chat later on.
Hey, now take it from someone with 460 subs. Everyone here's a legend. Yes,
Oh
you get to
yeah, let's
make
go,
vids every
Margamus.
day. Hell
Love
yeah.
it.
Hell yeah. See,
Love it.
Dustin, I'm pumped for your 2025. I'm stoked. You know what I am
Yeah.
stoked about? I'm stoked that I didn't know that Dustin's goal was 20,000 by the end of 2024, and
I didn't
he
know that.
freaking hit it. He freaking hit it. I'm
Let's
used to
go,
seeing
Dustin.
people get really down in the dumps about YouTube and not hitting goals. So it's really good to see somebody hit their goals.
Oh, look,
That's
Dustin hit us
awkward.
with this. Dustin hit us with this. What? Yes, you are right, Dustin.
You are very right. You are
Oh
very right.
man.
Um, on that note,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you have it. I don't have my link up right now. Like,
well,
I don't
first
know
of
where it's
all, do you know
at.
that Caleb is super far away from his computer right now? What are you
Yeah,
even
do you see
using? Are
this?
you using like a 80 mil? What are you using?
Um, the camera
Yeah,
is I don't know, 35. I think I'm on a 35 mil.
you're at a 35.
I think so.
Man,
Do you want
this
me to
this
look?
shows me I don't know anything about like
Let me look.
focal length and what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, I'm at 35.
Good to
Yep.
know. I'm super
35 mil.
close. I'm on a 24.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm on a 35 mil and my computer is right here. I've got a monitor up right above my lens, so that's why I'm kind of looking up a little bit. But
It's okay. I have a monitor looking at myself, making sure I'm in focus because I'm using cine lenses.
oh yeah, that's right. You and your cine lenses.
It's my only 24 prime is a cine lens. I don't have.
Yeah.
Then I gotta have the bokeh, you know. Like
Yeah.
this is all a facade. Like this is a very small little area.
I've got some depth here.
Yeah, of course you do,
Uh,
because you're in a freaking giant, amazing, beautiful studio.
What? Yeah. When are you gonna come visit?
You
Use some
know,
of that freelance money. Come visit the studio.
I
We can do
mean,
a live.
dude, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
No, I need to come up there. I need to get out there. I need to get out there.
I will tell you.
I
Just wait
won't
till
lie. I had to double
summer.
check where Sioux Falls was, though. I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
South
traveling
Dakota.
last year all over the United States, like I realized how poor I am with just even United States geography.
Really?
Like I'm
That
terrible
was
at
one of
it.
my favorite things in school. I'm not gonna lie. Geography was
Really?
like one of my favorite things. I could like name like countries' capitals like around the world, you know? So
No. Really?
yeah,
I
dude,
can
I was
barely
like,
name
I
capitals
was
of like
into it.
states that are near me.
Okay, South Carolina,
Charleston?
Florida,
Tallahassee?
Ohio.
Oh, nope. Duh. Wait.
You got
Not
this.
Dayton, is
You
it?
got it. Dayton?
No, it's not
Dayton?
Dayton.
No,
No.
no.
What is it?
Columbus.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that.
You're right. You are bad at this.
I really am.
Oh, look at
But
this. Dustin's
surprisingly,
coming.
Dustin, well, I'll tell you what, when Dustin comes, I'll come.
Let's go.
We'll all hang out. That should be the creator trip, is we'll just
Let's
all
do it.
go to Caleb's house.
Let's do it.
I'm
Creator
down,
trip.
man.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Come on up.
Then get Lumix on
Come.
board so that we can all just hang out with Lumix people.
Yeah, let's
And
do
I can
it.
be the conventional Sigma person that like occasionally
be
uses
like,
Lumix.
We'll be like, why are you carrying around a little brick? What is that thing?
I'm just gonna say though,
Like,
I mean, like my camera out of camera shot versus your out of camera shot, my skin tones are looking mighty nice.
yeah, okay. So I'm looking at the actual stream and it looks a lot better on YouTube than it
Actually,
does in the studio of what we're using. So not gonna lie. It's a little bit
okay.
better. Did I
Well,
freeze?
then
Oh no, I didn't.
you made me think that you were more magenta. I had a leg to stand on for a second. All right.
Yeah. I mean, in the studio, like I am super magenta, like uncomfortably magenta. Freaking myself out. But on the actual stream, I'm not looking too bad. Yes, I am
I
probably a
need to pull
little
up the stream. I didn't have the stream going on.
dude.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
what
Dustin says that'd be sick, actually.
dude, that would be sick.
You guys are more than welcome to come up. We'll hang. I got some friends that have Airbnbs. You guys can stay there. And we'll I'm gonna stay in my own bed. But you guys will hang out.
I'll hang out with Dengue. I'm here for it.
Think Dangy would come up?
I think Dengue would come up.
I think it would.
Oh, you're talking about going to your house. Yes.
Yeah. Unless you got
Can we all just wait? Wait. Oh God, I gotta move.
what?
40 now. So hang on. Can we put out can we put out cots in the studio?
Maybe.
Or
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Wait. I just noticed that you
Well, you were facing me, so I thought I'd face you.
Hang on. I gotta. This is not gonna work out. Here we go. All right. So sorry, I'm old now. Like I have to stretch my back. Also, I have a manual focus lens, so I got to get myself back in focus.
Oh, yeah. You're way out.
But cots in the studio. That's my goal.
Yeah, maybe. The only thing would be like a bathroom situation. There
Is there no
is one
bathroom there?
there is one down the hallway, but you'd have to, like, go out into the hallway of, like, this building. And there's
I
other
love
yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
I love what this episode has devolved into. It's amazing.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just, like, sitting here, my back is, like, cranked out.
this is probably how they're gonna go, Anson. I'm not gonna
I mean,
lie.
this is definitely how they're gonna go. I mean,
Yeah.
so for everyone that is, all of you subscribed, I'm sure I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be at
Oh,
least
look who chimed in. Do we know
yes,
who this is?
yes,
Yes on the cots, says my bride.
yes.
My wife,
Um,
everyone. She's
I'm
tuning in.
excited that I get to hang out with your wife in Vegas. I need to book. Honestly, single reason I'm going to book is so I can finally meet your wife because she sounds amazing.
Yes. She is amazing, and I'm so pumped that she's coming on this trip to come to Las Vegas, and I am pumped that she gets to experience the phenomenon known as NAB.
I
She
love where you went with that. It is a phenomenon in its own right. It is
yeah.
something. It is something.
It's good for, like, a day. Maybe just an afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm here for it. But then again, we should maybe find things to do in Vegas for
Abs
non-camera people.
Okay, so my wife says that the high for next Monday here, where I live, is gonna be -3. -3 Fahrenheit, everybody. So you might wanna wait a little bit, probably until summer, if you're gonna come up here.
Considering
So,
I'm like debating on wearing long johns in my 40-degree weather, yeah, I'll hold off. I'll hold
yeah,
off.
unless you want your fingers to fall off. Okay, so I had a shoot last week outdoors. No, 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 no. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I was actually in a video yesterday for somebody else that was shooting. I was actually modeling because of
Is it
this.
that corporate boudoir?
Yeah, it was corporate boudoir. No, it was not corporate boudoir. It wasn't. Hopefully my mom's not watching. But um it was so cold, and I had to carry this. So they're in town here where we're at in the month of January. There's this thing called the Downtown Burger Battle. So all these restaurants kind of compete and have different, like, fancy burgers, right?
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like a draw for downtown restaurants.
Okay.
And it's huge. Like,
Yeah.
people from all over come down. And people are, like, comparing this. One guy did, like, every, like, 30 some burgers in one day, like, made this big deal, all this stuff. And so we were shooting, like, a little promo, and I was actually in the video. I wasn't actually shooting it. My buddy Dennis Timmerman of 605 Video Company was shooting it, and doing a great job, by the way. And I thought my fingers were gonna fall off, like, no cap. They were
No cap, as
so
the kids say.
they were so cold, and they stung, it was, like,
Really?
piercing. Yes, because I didn't have gloves on because we were doing this, like, modeling. Anyway, I'm making it sound like I was more of a model than I actually was. I was just kind of, like, just in the video is basically what it
I
was.
mean, but you're a model, you're a talent, right? Like,
I
same,
mean,
same. Same, same.
Anson, I probably am. I mean, for your channel, I'm like the talent.
Dude, you're making the cut again this week.
Yes. Let's go.
I love it. I need more. I need to for us to go on a trip again. Vegas, so
You
that I
need
can restock on
yeah,
my
yeah,
Caleb.
you need some more content.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
Markimus says, "I'd love to talk about freelance filmmaking around nonprofits." Yes, I love that. I work with a lot of nonprofits. Such an incredible experience. I think a lot of people can do right where they're at.
Mhm.
Should I email either of y'all? Great stuff, guys. Well,
Yeah,
first of all, Markimus,
abs
thanks for staying with us this whole
oh,
time.
absolutely.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, uh, yeah. I think that's a great conversation to have. Working with I actually work with quite a
I
few
thought you had
nonprofits.
a
No, I don't. I don't have anything
direction.
else. No. I'm gonna let you take that part. I actually work with quite a few nonprofits, and they're some of my favorite projects, and here's why. Um, they're such great stories, you
Yeah,
know? Like, you get to hear such great stories, and some of the
yeah.
work that they're doing a lot of great things in these communities and just being able to share, and, a lot of times what I do is I'll, like, actually discount my services working with some nonprofits, you know? And so yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, filmmaking and nonprofits, I think those go, like, hand in hand too, like, especially kind of like a documentary feel
Oh,
to it. If you can do some of
1000%.
that if you can do some of that, like, that's huge, right?
Are now yeah, we have a so my office that I go to, um, it's like our upstairs area is all like out of the 4 offices, 5 offices, 3 out of the 5 of them are studios.
Yep.
And so we have a filmmaking studio. We have 2 filmmaking studios and a hybrid photography filmmaking. That's what ours is. And one of the ones that we work that is upstairs with us focuses a lot on not nonprofit. And absolutely, it's a great way to tell a story. It's a great way to find that for sure, and to find the story that you want to tell, and to showcase what they're doing. So absolutely,
I would say this too, like, a lot of times they're really passionate about what they're doing, so that really comes across on camera, you know, if they're comfortable. You might have to coach them a little bit on camera if you're getting, like, interviews and stuff, but, you know, a lot of times they're pretty passionate about what th're doing, so, like, it just kind of, like, emphasizes that story, you know?
yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. I mean that I think that's also the case. I mean, e- even just like nonprofit, and I think small businesses are the same way. Like when you get into like bigger businesses, it's harder to find that like I'm going to use the word zeal that you
Yep.
once, maybe once had, but like get these people that are like scrapping, and
Mm,
you'll get some energy and get some passion out of it. So,
totally. Alright, dude.
how
Hey,
long
I'm ready for bed.
you
So,
ready for bed? Oh, we're cutting it
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we're cutting it off.
we're cutting it off. This is how these streams will go.
Yeah,
I'll
this
just
is
keep
how this
talking because I'm going to be up
th
to midnight.
this is how
Caleb
these
is like,
streams are gonna go.
I'm be actually I'll be the one that cut it off next time because we're doing lunchtime, and I'll be like, I got to go back to work.
I don't know, we might not be able to that lunchtime thing might be a struggle. I don't know. We might have
I think it
to
might be a struggle.
yeah, like, especially, with things kinda getting a little bit, busier here in the studio.
So you're saying there's a chance of keeping nighttime streams?
There might be keeping a chance of that, yes, Anson. I know that will make you
Yes.
very happy. I'm pushing for daytime, but Anson's pushing for that.
Oh yeah. So
Dustin
let us know in the
hasn't done
comments
much
below.
no.
Nighttime, daytime.
Yeah,
What's better for you?
nighttime, daytime. Nighttime, daytime.
Or daytime weekends?
Nope. I'm
Hard
gonna shut
pass.
that I'm gonna shut that one down right now. Not about those weekends.
Fair points. Fair points. Okay. Well,
I like I like hanging I like hanging out with you, Anson, but
I
not on
like
the
hanging out
weekends.
with you too, but
Yeah.
yes, no, not on the weekends. I
Oh,
finished all
man.
of my tea. It's time to switch to my bedtime tea.
Oh, nice.
Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be with you on this one. We should wrap things up. Do we want to do the rigmarole YouTubey things?
Yeah, do it, please.
Okay, so if
In case
you're
somebody
new,
watches this later.
in case, if if you like this content, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow the channel, make sure to subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you here next time.
Oh, yes.
I don't know why I
I
got
I can't tell, is my wife saying "boo" to, like, at night, or is she, like, calling me "boo"? She
me.
like, "Boo?
Mm,
Boo?" I guess it would've probably been a
could
question
be
mark.
either. Could be
Yeah.
either.
"Boo?"
Could be either. I might need clarification, but
She's never
you're
called me
also
"boo"
leaving.
before. She's never called me boo before, so maybe in a live stream she would do that. I don't know.
Maybe, maybe. There's always, you know, after marriage, after a while, there's always room for new things.
Yeah.
Boo is one of them.
Boo.
I notice my
Bay.
audience people watch at night.
Oh.
Got that casual feel. Oh.
Oh.
Uptick for at night.
I know we have 2 night votes. Dustin
Or scaring
Artemis,
you. It could be that.
or scaring you. Yeah, maybe she's scaring me.
Oh yeah, to weekends.
Boo.
No weekends.
Yeah, no
No
weekends.
weekends. I'm with you.
Boo. Boo to weekends.
I'm
Yes.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
No weekends. Okay, we can vote out weekends. So daytime,
no.
nighttime. You know what's not right now and not the time for us to continue doing this stream. So we're gonna
Oh,
call
yeah.
it a night.
Okay. Well, Anson, good hanging,
Caleb,
man. Yeah.
good hanging.
Yeah, we'll see you on
here
the next stream.
Yeah. See you guys. Peace. I don't know
Later.
how we end this.